Well, Rob, it's been a great week for you. 2 new signings and a win up at the Scarlets, first ever one in the Heineken Cup. You must be pretty pleased.
Yeah, things are going pretty well. We're knocking along pretty well. Guys are looking fresh and enjoying the competition. You know, they've always enjoyed the cup competitions we've been involved with. We really like to get the guys in a good frame of mind for them and want them to go out and attack the games and enjoy the experiences, and I think that brings the best out of us. And as you say, that backed up with a couple of key forwards re-signing for us is made it a very good week.
In terms of both Hanksy and Ben White signing, they're key elements of the pack there, and no doubt guys you wanted to stick around. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously they both had slightly different circumstances. Hanksy's been here a long time. He's been a big part of our kind of journey from the Championship through into the Premiership and kind of getting established and fighting our way into the Heineken Cup. He's been involved in all of that. Ben's been, I suppose, a little bit more of a peripheral figure, but he's a very popular guy in the squad. Has been a little unfortunate with injury. You know, pretty much every time he's fought his way into the team, you know, he's got injured, which is unfortunate for him. But we obviously see a big future for him here at the club. He's really pushing James Scaysbrook very hard for that number 7 slot, and indeed, you know, probably would have kept on pushing harder if he hadn't got injured in the Harlequins game, where he put in a very good performance. So really pleased to see him around. I think he's a forward who's still got a lot of development within him. The way he trains means that we can work very hard with him, because he's a really good trainer, a really popular guy around the squad. You know, he is slightly different. You know, he won't mind me saying that, but that's kind of one of his strengths. You know, we like different characters here, as long as they're characters who pull in the same direction as the rest of the team, and he does that in spades. And as I say, I'm delighted that they're both here, and I think they're both still players who are going to show a good deal of improvement while they stay at the club. I know it's a phrase we keep using, but retention as well as recruitment is very key to the future of the club. Yeah,
that's right. And obviously, you know, I don't mind admitting, you know, we are in a slightly different scenario now than where we were perhaps a year or two ago. We've got a lot of players here now who are showing that they're relatively comfortable in the Premiership. Some of them have performed very well in the Heineken Cup now, and that makes them kind of higher value commodities, and that makes things a little difficult. And it means, you know, along the way you win some, you lose some, and there's going to be little key changes in the squad. But that happens. That happens for every other Premiership club, and it'll happen for us. What we have to make sure we're doing is that year on year we not only do we stay stable as a squad, but we're also financially stable as a club, and that we look to just improve the squad in any way we can year on year. Sometimes that will be purely based on retention and our young players coming through and them adding to the squad. Other years it will be as targeting 2 or 3 key positional players, and you know, you just got to keep getting the mix right every year. We've done okay so far. We've got the skeleton of a very good squad again in place already for next year, and now it's going to be about what we can add.
Let's talk about tomorrow. Those Scarlets, great victory up at their place last weekend, but they'll be coming down looking for some kind of revenge and make it just as tough, maybe tougher.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be a tougher challenge. I said we said in the leaders meeting, and then just in the team run now, that I think it'll be a tougher challenge. You know, the reality is you can go away from home. It's fantastic to win away from home in any competition, particularly in the Heineken Cup. But you know, if you let any kind of complacency creep in, if you don't understand how hurt the opposition will be by what you've just gone and done at their home place, then you can become a bit of a cropper. And that's what we've got to fight against. You know, we've got to be the team that's got better from last week, and we've got to be the team that shows better attitude than last week. If we do that, we'll be fine, because the conditions will be a test of attitude as well. I think it's going to be wet for most of the game. If we get that attitude battle right, we'll be fine, as I said, but that's our challenge, and it's pretty much the only challenge we can really lay down to the players.
You've made 6 changes, a bit like last week, but shows the options available to you at the moment. You must be delighted with that. Yeah, I mean, but we have got some bumps and bruises. You know, there are a couple of 2, 3 kind of genuine injury issues in there for us. Some minor, some maybe not quite so minor, but we'll know a little bit more probably during early next week. But we've also got some very good players challenging for places. You know, Ali Muldown, he's had a lot of impact for us off the bench and has started in a couple of important games for us. So I really do think he merits a chance. You know, Dean Munn staying around in the team is important for us. The way he's been playing. You know, Tom Johnson is moving around there to accommodate a back row injury. You know, and it just is. It's James Hanks coming back. You know, it's not a weakening of the side. You know, had a week off last week to freshen him up. You know, Tommy's a bit knocked around at the minute, so it's a little difficult for us to select him. You know, week in, week out. And you know, everyone knows how well Jack Noel played the last couple of weeks and how well Phil Dolman's been playing. So those aren't difficult selection changes for us. I think Ian Whitton started the first 8
8 games on, or 9 games on the bounce for us. You know, so they're all very good players. They're all desperate to play. And I think it's the right thing for us to do is to make sure we're hitting the pitch with our freshest set of players in the best condition, because ultimately that's what creates the highest energy performances.
And with such a crucial period coming up after this, with the Premiership, Gloucester away, Bath, Northampton, it's important to keep everyone bubbling and ticking along.
Yeah, I mean the reality is you want to put a stronger team out on the pitch every week as you can, but you know, tied in with that, as I said, you know, a guy who's got a few bumps and bruises on the day may not be able to perform at the same level as a guy who's fresh and coming in, and as I say, is well rested, but has also had a key part in games for us. And everyone we've brought into that side has played a lot of Premiership rugby or European rugby for us. As I said, a lot of them have had a week off and are very fresh. Some of the others are kind of really hitting form, and so we feel it's right for them to stay in. And so it's, you know, it's a battle for us. I've said it before. It's a battle for us to get the right guys in the 23, because we've got a lot of very good players who are training very well and they're fresh, and the squad is relatively fit at the minute. So as I say, our biggest battle is that selection balance of getting the freshest guys we can, but also making sure that there are the right qualities out there. And at the minute, we're doing that pretty well, and we're doing it with the confidence that the guys who step in will do a good job for us.